Alright, hello Goons. Today I'm going to go over the quarterfinals of the 5v5 Sterling Cup League that we've kind of been covering. Um, right here it's my team against FHS, which is a Mahu team, a completely Mahu team with some very, very well-known Gold League players. They've got Vova, Bunger, Melancholy, Ober, and Flounder. Those should be some very, very popular names among the World of Tanks community. And looking at our team, it's myself, Nexus, Floppy, Mashy, and Hiley. And you can see right there, a lot less experience on our team. Uh, in fact, it probably would be considered their team is just better experience-wise, even probably overall player-wise. Um, so how do we win this? Well, we generally just make better decisions, and they do some interesting stuff that just simply doesn't work out. So we're gonna get right into it. We're back on Himmelsdorf today. I'm gonna just start playing the video.
It's not a tank you see very often, but it
This
does.
today was casted obviously by Scott Sterling and Viral. Um, on their defense, you're gonna see that they are taking the hill with a Foch B and 113. This is just like the other strat we saw yesterday on defense. It's not a normal strat. You can see our setup is very, very standard though. We've got myself on the hill. We've got a 113. We've got a 113 in the H line just because we're not sure if they're gonna play hard west with the Foch B. We're holding K and we're holding that G to spawn across the D line. Excuse me. Now, myself on the this is a very popular defensive position by the way, where Melancholy is. Bunger is really way too far push-ups. You can see they're kind of going for a um a little bit of a cheese strat. You can see me in the 50B on the hill trying to put some HE shots into this I7. I'm hitting him, but it's just so hard to do any damage. And now they know I'm on hill. You can see their Foch B and 113 are actually climbing. So their whole cheese strat revolves around getting to me on the hill and then picking me while their other tanks hold. And well, you're going to see exactly what happened. It's fucking lucky by me. I choose this time to actually go down the hill. And I'd like to be able to claim that my spidey senses were tingling, right? I just knew. In the back of my mind, I know there's a possibility the Foch B and the 113 were taking hill, especially because they weren't lit yet. But that's not the reason I came down. I didn't come down because, like I said, I thought I was going to get pushed. I could have just as easily stayed up there to try to get another clip on that G3 IS7, which is probably what they wanted me to do, just to try to bait, which again, I could have easily done, which would have lost us the game. But we saw the G3 I7 was a pick, and that's why I actually came down. Highly here, misplay. Uh, he's going to get killed here in permatract. But you can see we're actually gearing up for that G3 I7. We now know there's two tanks on the hill. So we're going to say, okay, fuck it. Highly's going to absorb all the shots, and we're just going to come in, and we need to kill these two tanks. So this is here we're deathballing. You'll see me come in on the offline go just to make sure Bunger can't get anywhere, and we're not panicking here or stopping. We need to get into the 2 line here, right? We realize this. We are fine with taking that 705A hit to get into the 2 line because then we're going to get safe. So there's a couple bounces here. I even bounced a shot, and that's going to make Floppy have to take another shot just to pick up this I7. But I can't stop and while I'm clipping, so you're going to see me get safe. Hiley's just still trying to live, and he actually is doing a decent job at it after going down a lot. Floppy is going to pick up the kill here. And now we just kind of reset, right? As a team, we're down HP, but we're up a tank. And we see that their Foch B's coming in. So Mashy has to push in here on 1600 HP. You're going to see everybody else is coming in. I'm looking for the off angle. Now, this is actually a misplay by Nexus. Nexus should have actually just gone. You can see Nexus here. He died. He should have just, while the 705 was here, Nexus should have just pushed into him. Probably get killed. But myself in the 50B, I was right here looking to clip this guy's side. So this guy would die. And then we can go in with the rest of our tanks with 11360P and 50B when I clip to kill the other two. So that was a bit of a misplay by Nexus. Thankfully, this 705A makes a huge misplay. I go down to 31 HP. A bit of a misplay by me too, but what I want to do is confirm the Foch B. Now I didn't. We actually both go down to 76. So it would have been fine play if I confirm the Foch B and my other two guys can keep going through and then I kite the 705. I wasn't able to do that, so I just decided I need to play safe, right? So that's all I'm gonna do. Again, 705A, huge misplay here. He just peeks side onto a 60 TP. That's retarded. We pick up the kill, and now with the 2,000 health, 60 TP, there's nothing they can do. I'm actually just gonna back off. I'm taking my clip, and you can see how we're gonna win this. And this wasn't a win because we reacted. Had we tried to react to what we saw on this strat, really, we lose that because as soon as we react to Hill, I'm already dead. So what we actually how we won was because we just saw the pick in G3 and we went for it, right? And now it looking back on it now, I actually didn't even realize it at the time, but looking back on it right now in the replay, the reason they actually stuck the guy G3 and the guy here was because they want me to clip them out with they want me to probably stay on the hill 2 or 3 clips to clip them out with HE, which is normally what would happen. So looking back on it, they were actually trying to bait us in G2, G3 with the 75A here to keep our guy on hill so he just dies. But we didn't actually do that. We saw that these guys were a pick, especially G3. Had they not had a guy G4, by the way, had he been playing, say, F2, we we wouldn't have done that. We probably wouldn't have done that, and they probably would have won because they would have done that. But they just overcommitted to the bait a bit too much. And again, looking back on it, I see it now, but I actually didn't see it at the time. All we saw was the pick, which was the correct play, but we didn't really see what they were actually going for. But now I'm kind of seeing what they were going for, and it actually kind of makes more sense now what they were doing. It's not as much as cheese because they would have seen us play uh, the other day, the day before this, and they would have. They obviously know the 50B generally goes hill, so yeah, okay. I completely understand what they're going for there. All right. Um, we're going to be defending here, and here we're going to show you exactly what a West defense generally looks like. So I'm gonna put it back a bit because I want to show exactly how we set up. So we're going to put a 113 all the way down to J1. Myself in the 50B initially is going to probably come over here to F2. We put a 113 in the window in D3 looking at 8 line, 60 TP looking down the D line, right? And then 1113 in C3 just looking down a 3 line for anything initial. You can see they're doing a fairly standard setup too. The 705A here actually isn't that bad because you've got 50B support and these guys can just rotate in. Again, 50B hill, so this is a fine setup by them. You can see it looks standard, just a couple things different from what we did. There's nothing wrong with that. All of those type of similar setups are fairly standard. You can expect them. And now you're going to see our 113 over in C3 rotated back to A5. We didn't see them immediately pushing one, K line or 8 line, so we're going to have a guy in the window. Myself and the 50B are going to move down to E1 just in case they're late delaying into the E line, and we're going to hold 60 TP 113 for the vision. And I think I'm actually going to speed it up here a bit because I think not much happened. So again, pay attention to the mini map. Looks like they're going for a west play here with their 50B still on hill. This is really dangerous by them, by the way. If we're hard west, we pick them. You can see Nexus here in his 113. He's coming up. He's going to look to start getting vision across the 8 line also. And we're just holding. We're split, by the way, but we absorb any push really nicely here. To be honest, I don't think we should keep our 113 and A3 here. I think he should be back at C3. But it's not too big of a deal. You see Highly getting that. There's a little spot where he spots everything through. He's about to back up into it again in 2x speed. And he gets that shot onto Bunker there. So we're fairly confident that they're going to be playing west as soon as we see that I4. So immediately you see our 113 rotates back to C3, looking down that 3 line. 60 TP still looking down that D line. This is a huge misplay here. Actually, I didn't realize that at the time. This is a misplay by Floppy. He's trying to get safe, but what that does is it loses us vision onto the D line. Which means that they can start taking courtyard for free and D line for free, and then they can literally just push into C3 without us seeing them until the last second. So this is actually a misplay by Floppy. He should not be backing up over here. He should have gone over to C2, and he should have been playing like D2, D3 area, and let this guy come and play C3. Also, he's just kind of out of the fight now, so he does take a shot for that. Yeah, this is a misplay. No one called it out in the game. I'm obviously F1 looking south. I didn't really see it, but that is a misplay looking back on it because we need the vision on Hillsworth. Remember what I talked about angles? If they want to, now they're not doing it right here. They're going to opt for a 2-cap play because they know we're hard west. But if they had actually gone for commit into the 3 line from the D4 D line courtyard, that's really bad for us. So you can see we're going to now take south. We figured we could pick the IS4 who was here and the 705A. So you'll see we're wrapping with 2 113s in the 50B 113 south. But we don't see them. We see the base 2 starting. And so you're going to see me play passive until my 113s come in. Then we're going to get into courtyard. You can see our 62P is going back to A4 right now to look for some resets. They're, again, doing some weird... I'm going to put it back down to 1x speed here. They're doing some weird 250Bs on cap type thing. Not great. Again, we can push 5 line here, and it's really bad for them. They probably win this, by the way, if the 50Bs right now come in, but they're trying to cap it out. And Floppy knows he's going to get the reset. So we get the first kill there onto Vova. If their 50B straight come in here and absorb the shot from our 62P, we lose this. You can see their eyes 4 coming in. We're having a hard time penning the 705A. I'm on clip here, and he's just going to focus me out. And we're not really getting our fucking shots into him, which is bad. You can see the 50Bs are still trying to force the cap. So all we need is Nexus, who's going to come across and get one reset. We've already got one. We get the second one. And here the 50Bs just need to push our entire team. But they're not, and it's almost too late for that because you can see we're re-pushing through the courtyard here. We're up HP, we're up tanks. You should be able to see that if they're at 50Bs had just simply absorbed that 62B clip, they see all 4 of our other tanks in here. They just come into the 5 line, and they dump clips into us, and we lose that, especially because their 705A lived for so long. So you can see Melancholy trying to get a shot into my ass. I come around the corner. And we're gonna finish this up really quickly. Floppy's coming in. Nexus is gonna confirm the kill here. We'll speed it up to 2x. And we're just gonna kill Flounder. And that's gonna put us up 2-0 against possibly the best player skill and experience team in this tournament. But you can see them making some poor decisions and not making the correct plays here. And it's coming to bite them in the ass. Like I said, at this level, everyone can aim, right? Everyone can do damage, except against 705As apparently. And you can see how much damage their 705A got out before dying. He almost killed me, and the 50Bs did nothing. Like I said, if the 50Bs had come in, they get probably 2 clips off. Even if they take 2 shots from the 60 TP, he just simply doesn't have the DPM to do anything to him. So, yeah, it wasn't a great play. We're actually going to go on to Cliff here, which is a really, really interesting map. And I'm going to actually stop it for a second because I want you guys to pay attention to comps. Now, on Cliff, the defense is a 1 cap here and a 2 cap here. On Cliff, you can't really play for the caps. They're both very exposed. So you don't really have an option of doing that. So I'm looking at their comp. They're bringing an E50, very unorthodox, 2 CSs, a Kron, and a 113. So what do we see? We're bringing our 113s, BAT, CS, and STB. So immediately right off the bat, not only are we slightly heavier, but we're actually faster too, which is a really, really nice combo to be. So we're gonna make the this was a reactionary call. We didn't really know what we wanted to do until we saw their comp. So immediately we're just gonna we're gonna contest mid, right? Because their Kron can't be up into the F line before we have contested the south of the E line, which means we can farm them. It looks to us like this is a boost comp, like their CS are going to boost up the hill, and that's actually eventually what they do end up doing. So we decided we want to play mid strong here, right? So we're going to keep it on ×2 here for a second. And you're going to see our bat chat is actually going to go wide because we want him to cover the off angle, and he can come in and create some nasty crossfires along F. This is a misplay here. This was actually not what Mashi was supposed to do, because we anticipated them boosting up the hill. So we actually told Mashi to just stop here, but he did not hear that or something. So he tries to go up and loses all of his HP almost instantly, which is not great at all. But he does take kill. But they are boosting with Vova, and Vova actually, this is a hard boost, by the way, in the CS. And Vova gets the boost here the first try. You can see the E50M in the back. He just put a shot into me. So I know that now, and now I have to play safe. Like, this isn't great for me. The Kron has now got to the F line, and he's going to pressure me off, so I kind of just have to leave here. And I think Nexus is calling here for me to go back to A5, and I hate that play because I know their CSs are uphill already. Like, I know he's doing the boost. There's no other play he could be doing because our bat has been watching 1-2 line. We're on hill, we would see the 8-9 line. And so really all the CSs can be doing is boosting. So I think it's about here actually that Nexus is calling for me to go back to A5, and we're kind of yelling at each other. And I'm like, well, I really don't want to fucking do that. I think eventually I end up doing it though, and it bites me in the ass. We'll speed it up a bit here. And right now in the setup, you can see neither team can really do anything. Once Vova gets to Hill, though, just like in 15-15, Hill is incredibly fucking powerful. So here you're going to see I'm rotating back through the 6 line to get to A5. You can see how I'm going to get caught out here by Vova on the Hill and probably the Kron too. So Nexus and me arguing there, it doesn't help us. It makes me go late. So I either need to go when Nexus says or just not go at all. And you can see I'm on 1600 health right now. Well, let's see how much health I'm on when they're done with me. You can see Vova's already started to spot me. Mashy's just playing as safe as he can. I'm down to 1100. Kron's going to put one into me. I try to get safe behind this rock and go unlit. It's very, very difficult for me too. And right away I'm down to 366, but you see I've now gotten safe. At this point, we're really on the back foot. It really fucking sucks for us. Actually, Water should be aggressing more here, but he wanted to play it safe just in case the CS was out there, which he can't be, but that's not a big deal. We have to make a play here. Look how much HP we're down. We're down 2,800 HP, and they have fucking Hill. This should be a death sentence for us every time. We're on the back foot. We control no mid anywhere. They've got a Kron mid. We have to make a desperation play. So both our 1-1-3s here, they're going to push onto the 1-1-3 with Bunger. You can see me playing the dip in A6, and there's no way I can get to A5. I just have to play the dip as well as I can. We're actually going to pick up Bunger here, although we're still going to be down 2,000 HP. We're going to go up the tank, though. But you can see they've got a lot of support coming in. Nexus is going to fall here. And Hiley is still coming in. Mashy's doing what he can from the hill, but so is Vova. Nexus makes a good play here by going sideways right for Hiley. So now Hiley's just going to try to get out as much DPM as he can. We're still down. We're actually now down 1,500. They're kind of caught out here. If we kill the CS here, that's big. Mashy hasn't taken any damage on the hill yet. He's still kind of farming, but Vova or Flounder is going to pick up the kill. You can see Waters come up in his bat. It's a really great play because you can see Water picked the Kron. All right, so Water on the F line, their Kron started trying to climb hill, which would have sealed the game for sure. And he picked the Kron. I wasn't really paying attention, but he did do that. So if you were paying attention, you can go back and watch that. And Water's full health still. So they're still up, and we've got 2v2. And they should win this, right? They've got their E50. He can push into me relatively for free, but Water's making the correct play here to come up. Now, Water did play this game a bit slow, but it did allow him to conserve all his HP right now. And being a bat against no autoloaders on full HP late game on defense is really, really big. So right here, I'm actually not completely safe from the CS. You can see him trying to put shots in. So I can't actually peek up to get shots in the C50M. So you're going to see me just like looking for some fucking bad shots, right? I don't have a choice. I have to go off CS reload. I can't really do it. We get the track there. But I can't really be peeking into the C50M. I have to rely on Water, who's putting its clip into the E50, which is really good for me. I don't think he picks him up here, though. I think the E50 does get safe. He's going to force the clip here, which is the correct play. And their play here, hang on, we're not having some great quality here, but it's workable. Their play here is to take their CS down from the hill and straight push our bat chat right away. Okay, that is their play to win this game, because if they let our bat chat clip, he's going to win this every time. The E50, we're kind of at a standoff. I'm a definite one-shot to him. He's a 50-50 for me. Ooh, and Vova makes a misplay here by coming to try to kill me. And you can see Water in his bat chat is going to come retake that ramp. And just like that, after basically going down 2 full tanks and almost 2,500 HP and every single position on the map, our desperation play actually worked out there. They started over-rotating and started making desperation plays of their own. And you can see here, Water's got 2 more. I'm still playing as safe as I can, right? I just can't die. Those last 2 minutes, all I can do is not die. Water doesn't really understand his gun elevation here. It's not a big deal. He puts him down to one shot. I also get the shot in, and I know I've got reload on him. And we're going to close out that series 3-0. Again, that was basically the quarterfinals. It was actually a winners-losers bracket tournament, so it wasn't technically the quarterfinals, but if we won, it was the quarterfinals, if that makes sense. That was the quarterfinals for us. And like I said, we just ended up outplaying, out-rotating them, and there wasn't much they could do. So here, we're going to go on to the semis here for us, and it's against OP Hacker's team. He's got Ali, Major, OP, carrying accidentally, also known as November. So again, they're a strong team. Many of you will know their names. They're high-profile names in World of Tanks, and we're playing mines here first, and I believe we are defending. Yeah, so we're going to be defending on mines, and you can see. Oh, it looks like they didn't do it quite correctly. And you can see here, yeah, we're going to be defending. They're going to bring a T100 TVP. So what does that tell us right away? That tells us they're going to play west, right? That tells us immediately they're going to play west with the 60 TP most likely anchoring. So what do we want to do? We're a very fast comp. We've got 2 CSs, myself and the SCB and 2277s. We're going to make a hill play. We have to make a hill play here. We can't really do anything dumb. You can see as soon as we don't see anything hill, our 277 here starts to look to go wide. Okay, so that's floppy here. He's going to look for the shot. The T100 is looking for a K-line cross. That's what they're looking for, right? A lot of teams will cross the CS into the K-line, which is what we do too. But as soon as we see the T100 and TVP CS, we can't cross that because he gets there and they will just simply fuck the K-line cross, so we can't do that. That's why we went hill. You can see CS takes hill, 277's anchoring, and the 277 from floppy is going to come all the way back, and we're going to kind of reset with myself in the STB. With hill control on defense, it's very, very powerful. You can see they've actually put their T100 behind the 60 TP on cap, so that's going to be really interesting for us to deal with. We're going to see how we're going to do that. We know that they have to be controlling this rock or this rock. We didn't know there was someone A5, but that's not actually good play. Like, it's really stupid, actually. It's really fucking stupid because we could literally just repush like this, or if we had an S-conk just over the F line. You can see Floppy's going to look for some HE resets with me. I'm actually never late here. I start taking a bit of damage because they blind fire these bushes, which is a good thing. But again, this A5 bat is really retarded. OP would probably tell you differently, but yeah, it's really retarded, and you should never do that. And you can see eventually their 200 will cap out here, so we are forced to make a play. And you can see our CS is rotating down the 6 line. We're going to push him through the K line because it's late game. And we think we can cross for free, especially since we've taken the H3277, right? OP, if he wants to peek, is not going to be able to peek for free for shots. He's going to get lit. So we're going to start making those plays. Again, accidentally in his T100. He's completely safe right now. We can only reset the 60. And here comes Mashy to CS. Now, what's this going to do is once Mashy gets out to like J1, H1 area, he's going to have free resets on the T100. He takes one shot, but that's really good for us. OP kind of has to back off here. And they're going to try to force the cap again, but it's not going to work. We get the actual reset there. Actually, the 200 gets off because they realize that, well, fucking hell, the CS out here is going to do something. And, okay, our CS in D4, this is a huge misplay. I don't know what Water was doing here. He redeems himself here, but why would he be in D4 when all of our other tanks are here? He should be like at the top of a hill or something looking down, right? Like, this is stupid. Or even here, just looking this way. Like, he's just a free pick here. Now, they're actually like not good, so they just don't kill him. Like, look at this. What is carrying? What are they doing? How is Major on 1000 HP? Right, so Water goes down, and you can see myself and the 277 are starting to push up to retake. Again, huge misplay by Water, but he somehow makes it work, and they're going to try to take kill here. And we're just going to say, no, not really. I'm going to put one in the 200. I don't really want to peek into the back. He gets one into me, so I'm going to look for the shot. But I decide, nah, I can't really trade that. He looks for Nexus. And here the correct play is just to overpush the TVP with our 277s. You can see our heavy tanks are coming in. I'm going to hold this off angle so that if the batter 200 try to do something cheeky, they can't. Water is still fucking alive, by the way. He's gaming on OP. I don't understand how they haven't picked him. I suppose Ali doesn't really want to come out here because the CS of Mashi, who's 1600, can just put shots in, and he's coming up the one line now. But you can see that Ali does pick him up eventually, but it's really bad for them. Like, they do huge misplays. And Mashi's going to come out and pick the 60. You can see our 277s, we just shoved. This 200 is going to try to do some cheeky shit. It ain't going to work out. Not sure what that was. But right, 277s into a TAP and a bat. The 277s win every time if they're playing together. Bat chat's trying to come in. I put a shot in. Someone else puts a shot in. There's nothing you can do. And this is just going to be cleanup for us on our minds. And you can see how we're going to win this. We can speed this up. There's nothing they can do. I mean, there were huge misplays that they made. Bringing the 200 is also stupid. Like, teams like this try to bring stupid tanks to do stupid strats, and it just doesn't work out if you know what you're doing. So we're gonna go to the next one. Actually, they win their other cliff, I believe, through fourth. I think we forfeit our second game. I don't remember though. Do we? Yeah, we do. We forfeit our second game, I believe, because... No, wait, what the hell happened? Oh, I remember what happened. I actually wasn't there for the first game when we were on attack, and we just decided to straight push the 4-5 line, and it didn't work out. So we won't... I suppose I could watch it, but I don't think it'll do anything. It was literally just a brawl 4-5, kind of like in Clan Wars. Didn't work out. We're going to be looking at their attack here, I believe. Yep. We're going to be back on Runeberg. And they're bringing a 705A, 277, Bat, and a CS. This looks like a south play, but it could easily be a north play too, and I think that's what they opt for. So once again, you're going to see our Bat Chat playing over to A6, and we're going to go down. We're bringing the Super Gonk here because I'm playing the Super Gonk. It's just really nice. E100 is banned, obviously. And having that really fast rate of fire, big HP, is really nice. So actually, you'll see as soon as our Bat Chat Water spots the 277 and Bat Chat over here, he's going to rotate out, and myself and the Super Kong is going to start rotating into A8. You can see our other 27s are also going to start coming. This is what I meant about the attack, how they can kind of get to A6 for free nowadays, and they're going to put Ali on cap. And they're going to make a north cap play. You can see myself crossing. I'm going to get into the buildings. I don't want to go too far up because I can get over pushed. And they're going to start capping here. Why they brought a CS here, I'm not too sure. Looking back on it now, like what they were doing does not. They should not bring a CS. They should not. They simply should not bring a CS. Like I guess they want the quickness and maybe the opportunity to flex out and rotate, but they've already committed their 277. So I'm not quite sure why they bring the CS there. You can see we're gonna stack up on the A line. Nexus is gonna come to B9, and actually Nexus get lit. I got a shot to accidentally. Nexus I think is gonna make a little bit of misplay here and get Capola sniped. But he is the one who gets resets, by the way. He plays kind of where he is right now, and he gets resets. But I don't know what he's looking at there. Not quite sure. And you can see here they're about to repushing the A line. We don't see it actually right now. I can only see A6 in my Super Kong. I think they're gonna switch to my view in a second. But we are very, very heavily stacked on the A line with our bat on the offside. You can see them gonna push. Now they're gonna push into myself and the Super Kong. Notice here how I'm not gonna shoot anyone but the Bat Chat, right? The Bat Chat's in the back, he's trying to play safe, but I'm gonna get my one shot into the bat. They're gonna split here, right? They're gonna go 2 and 2. I've got tons of support in the back, so what should I be doing here? Okay, and what am I thinking? Okay, well I'm thinking Bat Chat and 277, if they want to kill me, they have to push through, and they're gonna get nailed by these guys. So I'm just gonna push into carry and OP and just not let them through, right? Take that 2v1. Make them, because I take a long time to kill, right? Make them take like a minute to kill me while my 3-2-7-7s just absolutely bully their bat in 277, and then it's a 4-on-2. And it works out really nicely. So you can see instead of backing up into accidentally, I'm going right into carry, right? And now my 277s are going to repush. Their bat is a one-shot. Nexus is going to pick them up in a second. I'm still alive. You can see Water is now accidentally made a misplay by coming out here because Water is now going to just clip him out. I'm not, again, I'm aggressing, right? I'm the tank that should be dying. I'm just getting my DPM out and I'm using my hit points right now while all my other tanks come in, right? And I'm still alive, by the way. I'm going to fall here. But it doesn't matter because we've just got, look at Floppy and Highly, and Mashy, I mean, they're basically full HP. This one's over. Ali's going to go down. Carry goes down. Our Bat Chat's coming in. And it's going to be a 4-on-1. 4 on a 705A. Which never ends well. Probably can pick up Nexus here. Nexus plays safe. Ali's just going to try to get his damage out. And it's going to be over. There's nothing they can do. So we're going to go on to the next game here. And now it's going to be our attack on Ruin. And we're bringing 4 277s and a CS. Now, we could do anything here, but we're actually going to do a hard mid dump and try to catch anything out in this F line village with myself and the CF going to K line, looking for that off angle. This is a very risky play on attack. It doesn't really work out ever. It's not great, but it's not awful either if you can do it correctly. Unfortunately, there's a couple things that go very, very wrong for us. I'll point them out in a second. This is Water is the exact person we should be looking at. Look how high he decides to go. Like, we should be pushing. We see these two pushing down, right? This is actually good for us. We can catch these guys out. Water goes high like a retard here. And look, he starts taking damage from their Bat and A6, who should be out of the fight. But all we have to do here is get into this F line and start looking south, and Water's down 1200 just simply from the Bat. He's down to 800, and that's the game. That's straight up the game. He's a one-shot now. He should be on full health. Water should be on full health here, and he should be pushing in. And look, there's 2 2-7s out here, and I'm getting as much farm as I can. Water goes down to the Bat. Their Bat should have a full clip right now and should be coming in, but should have done 0 damage up until this point. You can see their 277 push into me. He should win that. I think I end up winning that, though, because I think I get a slightly lucky fire, and he bounces off me twice somehow. I also bounced him off him a couple times. I'm going to show you how he bounced off a CS twice. We are going to lose this because the Bat comes in and clips. But again, the HP is like fucking even here. If Water had not died, this is a guaranteed win for us. If Water had, literally, he had to play 10 meters south and not be up here. He also stopped here to look for shots south, which is it's just a stupid play. Again, he knows this. We made sure to tell him off how dumb of a play it was. I'm going to pick up the kill here on accident. You can see the fire there when he's low health. I'm going to pick it up. And actually, by me picking up that kill and us getting 2 kills on this attack, because it's going to be a tiebreaker 2-2, and the tiebreaker goes off number of kills you get, that was the exact number of kills we needed to be able to pick sides for the tiebreaker. So by me picking up that kill, we have now guaranteed that we're going to pick sides for the tiebreaker. You can see I'm just going for damage. I'm going to try to pick up the kill, but both these guys are playing safe, so I'm just going to go for damage on Major. They whiff their shots somehow, and I'm going to get one more shot in before I die. I managed to farm about 4.5k, but a lot of that was in the 1v1. I didn't get too many shots on the 0 line, so. And again, our Water just played poorly. If he'd gone in and not stopped and gotten bled and played high, then we win that every single time. Like, seriously, every single time. That's going to put us into the tiebreaker with OP Hacker's team. And you can see this is going to be Cliff again. So it's 2-2 going into Cliff. We chose defense. We're going to do something unorthodox here. We're actually going to do kind of a camp because they're very light. They're very, very light. STB, 2 CSs, 277 and Bat. So we're going to send Mash up to A5, myself down in the STB to C2. I actually don't really like this camp, and we actually misplayed, I think. The whole point is for Water not to get lit, but somehow he just decides to be lit later on. Alright, so we've decided to completely give them the hill. Although we bleed OP for it nicely. Had we not bled OP for that, I don't think we win this game. But we did. We bled him really nicely. Now, they do have 2 people hill. Their bat chat's in the back. This could be really good for them. Like, this is really good for them, actually. So we just have to not bleed. Like, this is literally the only thing we can do is not bleed here. You can see they're blind firing Mashi. He's just going to play safe behind the rock. Nexus is going to be unlit. We're going to speed this up here, because I think this one goes right down to the wire. This is a good play by Ali to cross. It gives them a bit more map control. They're going to start seeing it out. And you'll notice I rotate over to B3, and that's so I can get shots on anyone up here. And so that if they do re-push through 1-2 line, which they could do here, that I have support from everybody. They're not going to do that, though. They're going to opt for a different type of play. Now, the problem with B3, my position, is that if they do decide to get someone out wide and they control hill like they are, they can farm me from hill in here. I can't play safe from both, okay? So let's keep that in mind, because our team makes a bit of a miscall when they actually do make their move. But you can see here, they're 2 CSs. Ali's going back mid. It looks like they're going to want to make an 8-9 play. They can't, though. They can't do that. And I think they realize that. But yeah, Carry doesn't need to be there. Ali's just going to go play mid, look for some vision. They've got their STB on hill, which should be a game winner. You should win the game every single time with an STB on hill. You can see OP is going to start going down. He's just looking for vision. Again, Mashy's just trying not to bleed. So he has to do. He's getting blinded, but he's playing as safe as he can. They know where water is. We didn't want them to know where water is, but they do. They're going to look possibly for the A5 pick on a Mashy, but again, he's playing as safe as he can. I'm just kind of trying to watch that 1-2 angle. I know OP's probably over on or one of their guys are 1-2 line, right? Because their play right now to win is to go 1-2 line. So I'm playing as safe as I can. The other problem is if they take 1-2 line and get up into the AB line and they control hill like they are, Floppy's fucked. Our 277 here is fucked, which is really bad. So you're going to see how we try to deal with that. Mashy now comes down because we actually decided we want to repush the 9 line here because we think we don't realize that they've rotated out completely and we think we can do that. Now, Mashy takes some shots, but we now start seeing this 1-2 play, right? So we're going to come mid here, and I'm going to slow it right back down. We are going to come mid here and do what we can. Now, you can see the bat chat from Accidentally is pushing out. I get one shot into him. I need to try to get more shots, but the STB from Hill, like I said, because I'm lit from this guy, the STB on Hill can absolutely farm me. So I literally just have to try to stay alive as long as I can. That is the only thing I can do here right now. Now, the only good thing is they can't play E-line, right? Because if they got a 277 here, I'm absolutely fucked. But I'm just going to look for as much damage I can on carry. You can see the Floppy is going to die here. They have A2, and now he's going to die from the STB on Hill. And we were just too slow in mid. We just didn't really know what we wanted to do on the E-line fast enough. So right now we're going to be re-pushing Hill with our 277s. But Floppy's already down to 800 health, and I've already taken damage too, and we're making huge misplays here. We're not committing properly. We don't really know what the fuck we want to do. And you can see here, the HP is even, but it's not great for us. Nexus is going to recommit into Ali, and we've decided we're just going to recommit into the F line, but we did not make a play, right? We should have. If we're going to recommit into F line, we need to do it while we're on the E line. We just decided to stay in mid. And look at Nexus just dying. Nexus actually thought it was over here, so he just fucking ints his tank and he just dies. Like, that's so dumb. Because look how much, like, Mashy picks up the kill there. I'm going to die, but I might get another shot off. And I'm not entirely sure why Nexus did that. He just inted. Now, Floppy is going to get the shot into carry. And Floppy's Amarok, but Carry doesn't know it. So if he plays, he actually can hold Carry here. There's a 1 minute 30 on the clock. We're down HP, but at this point, we're playing for time. If Nexus hadn't have inted there, we definitely win this because they just decided to misplay it so much. Although, again, we had to be really, really fast with that E-line cross. If we decide to take the STB farm in the ass, we just have to go, right? Because once we're in the E-line and we pick this, then we can deal with A2, and myself and Floppy just don't die. So you can see here, Water is going to try to leave. He put his entire clip into the STB back there. And he's going to try to leave here. He actually makes a misplay. I'm not sure if he's ever fallen down here before, but he doesn't know how to do that. He has to fall down because of the STB. He's going to play here as long as he can, but you can see the STB is going to put a shot into him. This forces Water's hand. He's going to try to fall down. This is not the correct way to fall down. He had to fall down literally to the right or the left, where the cliff is not as steep. But you can see 50 seconds left. Mashy is just going to try to get down the clip and go play safe. Floppy is still kiting this CS63 by Carry. Carry whiffs the shot completely there, which essentially seals the game for us. And being down HP and tanks on defense, you can see we're going to win off of time. 30 seconds left. Floppy picks up that kill. Had Carry picked up that kill, I'm not sure if we win this. We probably don't. I think their STB has time probably to go get Mashy. But because Floppy Taco stays alive there, Ali has to make a stupid play. Look at the kill feed. He just literally, Ali has no choice. He has to make his play. He has to hit off the cliff, and he crashes. The STB misses, and we're guaranteed to win here. Even if he picks up Floppy, Mashy's just going to sit in G2. That's going to be the semifinals for us. That's the overtime win against OP's team. And look at that. The HP completely even. Right? We won off of time on defense after we had thrown, and they kind of did a little bit of counter throwing there, but it was mostly us who threw. But we got enough bleed early, and we wasted enough time that kind of mitigated how much we could actually throw out and still win. So that was actually kind of lucky for us there. And you can see how close these games get in 5v5 in these smaller formats, and how individual plays or making plays 5 seconds too late or on the wrong line absolutely can decimate your team, right? Again, that F line play, I'm pretty sure I remember Nexus saying he did actually just commit because he thought it was over and he was like tilted, but it was far from over. And had he been alive and pushed the E line and not been spurging out, right, and had his other tanks in E line push with him, we win that every single time. And like I said, we just decided to stay and fucking like we got caught out, right? Floppy and myself are caught out, and our other 3 tanks are just in mid, like I don't know, like having coffee or something, and that's not a good idea. So I'm not quite sure how we won that, but we did manage to bring it back, and that's going to be the semis. I'm going to do a full other video on the finals. It was against the Bears. So the crack team, like Dark, Muscles, the October, those type of guys. I think Supernova was on their team. So I'm going to end the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will post the finals video later.